everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendra and today we're going to talk all about how I am going to plan in the year 2018. So let's get started. So I have decided for 2018 I'm going to completely change my planning system, which is scary and exciting at the same time because I have pretty much done the same thing. Like, even if I had been in a different style, like a traveler's notebook or a ring bound system or a spiral bound system or a disc system, you know, all the things that I've tried, I've pretty much tried it all at this point. I've kind of always done the same thing. And for me, I just wanted to change. I felt like, and you can especially tell in like my Christmas setup, which I will link, that the focus for me personally, now this is just me personally, this isn't everybody else, was definitely more so on pre-planning, on decorating, and on how I can make my planner look as cute as possible, which is so much fun, but it's not functional. There can be pretty planning and be functional. I'm not saying there can't be, but I'm saying for me personally, it doesn't really work out that way. I get more involved in how it looks than how it works. For the last month, I have been watching, almost obsessively, some would say, bullet journaling videos, and I fell in love. Now, obviously, bullet journaling has been around for years now. It's not like a new concept. It is getting kind of trendy now. I notice a lot more people are doing bullet journaling than before, and I think it's just like the creativity and the freedom to create whatever system that you need for your planning. And for me personally, 2018 is the year that I am getting married, so I have to like really buckle down and plan this wedding. I need to make sure that everything else in my life is completely organized. So that's my plan for this year. And as you can see, I do have two planners right here because I'm Kendra and I can't give up everything. So although I am retiring my A6 for the time being, never say never, but for the time being, I did find this little pocket-sized traveler's notebook at Michael's. Now, I can't say that this is exactly pocket size or that it's exactly field note size or what's it called, like passport size or whatever, because the measurements on this are like Michael's special brand of measurements, but it's tiny. Like, here's my hand. It's a small little pocket size. So when I say pocket size, that's what I mean. So I found this little traveler's notebook recently at Michael's and I fell in love with it, and I really wanted something to keep in my purse because especially with this bullet journal being an A5 size, it's not going to fit into my purse. I have like a small G by Guess purse and it's just not going to fit this, and I don't want to get a new purse just to carry it around, and I don't think I need to carry it around. My reasoning is if I have this little cute little planner in my purse, I can pull it out whenever I need to, jot things down, and then migrate it into my bullet journal. That, and I just still needed a place to put some ephemera and pretty things, if I'm being honest. But we'll talk about this in a minute. Let's focus on my bullet journal. Now, this is not a setup video. I do want to film a setup video, but yeah, fingers crossed that it works. I'm nervous for that because I mess up a lot, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I will say that this is a very, very nice notebook. This is the Rhodia. If I show it to you like this, maybe you can see it a little better. The Rhodia notebooks, this is the web notebook, by the way, retail for around $20 on Amazon. I am not the kind of person who dives in headfirst into a new planning system. I'm going to try before I buy, or try for less before I buy. So my reasoning for getting this was because I started off with this. So let me move this out of the way for a minute and we'll talk about this. And this is a Artist Loft, I believe. Is that the brand? It's Michael's brand of an not exact, okay, that's ridiculous, but it's their dupe for the Leuchtturm notebooks and like the Scribbles That Matter and Rhodia and all that stuff. Which, by the way, Michael's is selling Rhodia notebooks now. Now, they're not selling the bound ones like this. I should say they're not selling notebooks at all. They're selling the pads for hand lettering. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. If you want to go try out the paper, maybe use a 50% off coupon and try it like that. But anyways, this is their version of the Leuchtturm. I think that's like what they're trying to copy. There are some notable differences, which I'll show you. The first being that the paper is stark white. It's just white paper with gray dots, which I like white paper. If I'm being honest, I really do. I like white paper. I think it's clean. It's what I've always used for my inserts. But I think for bullet journaling, the cream is a little better. The next difference between the Leuchtturm and this notebook is that the pages aren't dated, which is by no means a deal breaker for me because I hardly, if ever, pay attention to like what page something's on in my index and all that stuff. It does have an index. Let me show you. As you can see, there's an index. It's blank, so you can make this whatever you want, but it does have one. And it does not have a, let me get to the back. It does not have a pocket in the back. So when I purchased this, I made a full setup, and you can kind of see that here. I went through, I did my key, I did my future log, I did everything in here. I did some spreads, I was like good to go. I started my, January, all that stuff, and then as I got to about right here, I was just like, I don't like this layout. I don't like any of it. I don't like what I've done. I don't like the paper. So the paper in this notebook is very similar to the paper in the Leuchtturm. Now, if you go and look at pen tests, which I'll see if I can link one below, but if not, just kind of Google it. The pens bleed through or shadow through the Leuchtturm more so than in this Michaels, this $5 Michaels. So I knew if I was unhappy with this paper that I was going to be especially unhappy with the paper in the Leuchtturms because I cannot stand shadowing. If you don't know, that's like my reason for disliking the Hobonichi is I don't like shadowing. It irks me. My solution in here was, if you can tell, I've doubled up pages. So there would be no bleeding. And I was okay with that, especially for the price point. These are $5 and the Leuchtturms are $20. So, saving $15, I don't mind only getting half the use out of the notebook. But it was a pain, and I'd prefer not to have to do that. I'd actually like to use every page, and I wanted something nicer. So I'm not like throwing this away. This has actually been like, I call it my testing ground. I just like have tried different layouts, and I've been practicing like my brush lettering and stuff like that, taking notes and just seeing what I could come up with and practicing. Really, it was like where I'm practicing different layouts and things for weekly spreads, and I'm still using this. I'm going to use it. It's perfectly adequate, but I wanted something nicer, and I figured if this is going to be what I use for the year, that I don't really mind spending. I think I spent $16 on my Rhodia. I don't mind that. That's so much cheaper than I've ever spent on, say, a traveler's notebook or a Filofax or something like that. So, I mean, I didn't mind. So, that was this. Oh, and this is a little patch that I had stuck on there. I have absolutely nothing set up in this Rhodia notebook, but I thought I would show you the specs on it. So here's the little wraparound that came with it. I believe these are made in France because there's a lot of French in them. I could be wrong. I'm no linguistic expert by any means. Okay, so we'll just go to the English side of things because that's what I know how to read. So this web notebook, and I don't really know what web notebook means. It's just, I guess it's just the style. But it is an A5 size, which means it is 5.5 by 8.3 inches. It has 96 dot grid sheets. It has a ribbon bookmark, just one. When you get the Leuchtturm and even the Michaels, you get two, but I'm completely okay with that. I don't really use the ribbons. You get an expandable inner pocket, which is nice because, like I said, that is not on the Michaels version. This has 90 GSM ivory brushed vellum paper and is made by Clairefontaine. So, the 90 GSM ivory brushed vellum paper, I'm not really sure what that means other than it's soft. It's very nice, soft paper. So, if you're not familiar with Rhodia, they specialize in paper that is fountain pen friendly. It just means that very inky pens are not going to bleed through this paper. So I figure if fountain pens can go into this, then some of my favorites, such as, the Mildliners, Staedtlers, and, even like my Ink Joys and things like that, probably aren't going to bleed through at all, which let's face it, that's what I'm hoping for, because we all know how I am with bleed through and shadowing and all that stuff. So as you can see, it is ivory paper, and it is very smooth, nice paper. You definitely can feel the difference when you flip through this book. So speaking upon differences, there is no index. So this first page is glued, so it's kind of useless. This is the actual first page. And as you can see, there's no numbering, there's no index, no place to do a key or anything like that, which for me, I'm fine with that. That just means I get to do that myself, and I would prefer that. So there's not much to talk about. I mean, it's a notebook. The pages are all the same. But they feel very, very nice. Definitely, you can tell that this is a nice quality notebook. It's that nice stationary feel. So back here is your expandable pocket, as you can see. Not really sure what I'll store in there, but I'm sure I'll find something. And that's that. It has the one ribbon bookmark. Like I said, let's pop that in the front cover. And it does have the elastic to hold the cover. I know that the Doodles That Matter, I believe the Doodles That Matter, and the I always get the two confused. It might be both of them, but I know it's either the Dingbats journals or the Doodles That Matter have a pen loop, which, if you're taking this like to school and stuff, is convenient. This is gonna live on my desk. I always have pens around. I don't really need a pen loop. It feels really nice. It looks really nice. I'm very excited to play with this. So that is all I have to talk about for this. Like I said, I will definitely try to film a plan with me. Today I'm going to sit through and go through with pencil and do everything, and then I will maybe with pen come in and film me doing with pen, and that'll be a video that you'll see at a later time. But for now, this is all I have to say about, you know, this endeavor of mine. I'm super excited. But like I said, I did pick up this little traveler's notebook from Michaels, and let's just spend a few minutes. I don't want to like waste too much of your time. This is let's call it a mini traveler's notebook from Michaels. This is by the Recollections brand. It's currently, mine was in the section where they're putting all the hand lettering stuff, which, enabler alert, they're starting to sell Tombos individually at Michaels. I am so excited for that. My store only had red and green in stock. I'm like, is this the Christmas supply? But there definitely looked like there was going to be room for more pens. But they have a whole brush lettering area, and that's where I found these. It was also near the new Bible journaling stuff and the full-size traveler's notebooks. It kind of had this little section for that. These retail for $10. Everything was 50% off. In total, I spent around $12 for the cover, the inserts, and a zipper pouch with a stencil. So really, really affordable, like cheaper than I spend like on a wallet or something at Target. So I picked up this one. It is kind of like a lilac and blue water marble cover. It is really pretty. Obviously, it's not real leather, but it does have like a nice feel to it. Once you have it filled up, it kind of is squishy, like a leather feel. It's plastic, which is nice because it's, you know, if it gets dirty, you can clean it. It has a nice elastic. The other covers that I remember, there was a lot of like, well, there's not a lot. I think there's like 5 of each size, like different covers. Some of them are really like cartoony, like with unicorns and cactuses and things like that, and that's just not the style that I'm going for this year. So I passed on that. And then there was one that was a black, but it had like a really chintzy looking glittery almost rubber band. I didn't like, not rubber band, but elastic. I just didn't like that. Now, to be fair, I could have totally replaced that, but yeah, I wasn't interested. So I picked up this one. This one was the one that spoke to me. It's kind of like supposed to be like the mermaid-esque one, which I do love mermaids. So I went with this one, and I can't say what size this is because I definitely know it's not a standard size. Like if you look at the notebooks, it's almost as if they took a personal size notebook and shrunk it by like 20% or something and made it smaller. So I don't know if you could fit other size notebooks in here. I just bought the ones that they had there. So that being said, let's talk about the overall quality. It's not the greatest. So if you can see right here, the pen loop is like a joke. I would never use that pen loop. It does have cardboard behind the pockets, which these things don't really matter to me because it's not like I spent $50. This isn't a Chic Sparrow. This is a $10 traveler's notebook that you bought at Michael's. I think for the price, especially because I got it for $5, the quality is more than adequate. Over here, I just put this little patch. This I got at Target a while back. I think it's by Brit & Co. Something like that. I got my little Jim Halpert back there. It does have the hollow iridescent style behind it, which I thought was fun. It matched this paper that I also got at Michael's. This paper pad in general was perfect for this, so I was excited for that. I made a little dashboard, put some sticky notes. This is the first insert that I bought, so you get a 3-pack. I only have 2 of the inserts in here, and I was hesitant because usually Michael's inserts aren't great. And they're usually thin and crappy and you bleed through and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll take a chance. It cost $4. If I don't like it, I'll make my own. Well, I really love these inserts. The paper quality it's good. It's not like the softest paper, but it's thick. And none of my pens bled through this paper. So that right there, I'm a happy camper, especially for the price. And this one is just the dot grid. And I also love that it came with a dot grid, a blank, and a calendar insert. That is so nice. Like usually you get like a lined or something that you're never going to use, maybe like a list book. I think that it's great that they give you 2 that you can do whatever you want with and 1 that's a dedicated planner. And I don't know if because there are different covers of inserts to match each different actual cover of Traveler's Notebook. I don't know if those inserts are different or if they're the same with just different covers. I didn't look. I honed in on this and went with it. So this is just the dot grid. I did take that like incredibly messy glitter paper that you can get at Michael's, and I made a little page marker with it, and I think that's pretty fun. I'm just going to use this as a place to write down like grocery lists and notes and things that I need to write down that I might need to migrate into my bullet journal while I'm on the go. So this is just going to live in my purse basically. Here's the back of that dashboard, some more sticky notes. This is the zipper pouch that I bought. It is exactly like the Midori zipper pouch where it has the zipper and then the little sleeve in the back. Just, you know, the difference being that it's fit for this notebook and it's pink. So other than that, it's exactly the same. I think this costs around $6. Normally, like I said, I got 50% off, and it comes with a stencil too, and it's a flimsy stencil, but it works. And then I have my little dude hanging out here from Smash Company. This is the next insert. It just has like a photorealistic cover, and this is the month. I'll show you a blank version. So this is a month on 2 page, and then it goes into weeks, and it's kind of set up, you know, with your Erin Condren style boxes. Each day has its own box, which I love, and it has a note section. I cannot stand when weekends are split in something this small because you're never going to have enough room. So I have set up my January. So here's my January set up. And then here is my first week in here, and I think it's really cute, you guys. I don't know, this is just a fun little way to, I still get to pretty plan. That's the thing, I love to decorate, I really do, but I need to have something a little more functional than this on a day-to-day basis. So this is just going to be like my fun place to go, and that's all that's in there. I have some ephemera back here, and that's it. I don't have anything in this little pocket. But I was considering making this my wallet, but I don't think I need to. My wallet is literally just a little card holder from Target, so it's not like I carry a ton of stuff on me anyways. That is it, you guys. That is my plan for 2018. This is how I'm going to be organizing my life from now on. Like I said, I am going to try to do a video on my setup for this. If not, I will definitely do just like a flip through if I can't get the filming right. If you guys have any questions at all, please leave them down below and I will answer them as soon as possible. If you guys aren't yet, I would love it if you guys could subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. If you guys could also thumb up this video, that would be great as well. And I will talk to you guys later.